Hey, what's up everyone? How you guys doing, man? Hopefully you guys are doing fine. This is just my little Smackdown review for what happened last week. And apparently I forgot to review last week's Smackdown, so I started talking about it right now. So apparently the match was a very good, fairly paced match. Layla actually did play off some main event potential action. Layla actually has been improving in the ring. I don't see her botching as much. She hasn't been botching, so she's been improving. So I'm thinking she may have a good future by herself. Hopefully they start refreshing some feuds in the future. But I'm thinking Michelle McCool's going to get her title match against Eve. And then they're just going to wind up getting back in the title hunt. Layla reunites again. That's quite it, you know, basically. But the GM, anonymous GM may get involved. He's saying, oh, it's not Teddy Long from SmackDown, stuff like that. But anyway, this match was a very good match. I actually personally enjoyed that match. They actually tore the house down. So Vicky said, "Oh, congratulations on your ring," after Kelly nails the spear, which was a good spear. I think it was a good spear. You know, I think it wasn't really as botched. I think Kelly did phenomenal of it. And on top of that, Edge as Kelly nailed the spear because he couldn't nail the spear, so they did a loophole. So Vicky freaks out and then says, "Oh, congratulations, because it's your last match and you won, but you're fired, so get out of the ring." So Vicky says she'll be a special referee. She makes an evil after speech, which is wow, she's just so maniacal and so cool sometimes. So that's just a great character. I personally enjoyed the character. Apparently, it's just so entertaining. It just makes me laugh. Just like Chris Jericho's new heel, I just keep cracking up. So here goes nothing. You know the enemy, you know your enemy will come, not your enemy, but see what I write. First is from your voice, first is from your mouth, in your eyes. Alright, anyway, that kicks off my favorite theme song. That's why I'm dancing to it right now. So, anyway, Alberto Del Rio pulls off a promo claiming that he fulfilled his destiny. But after last week was kind of entertaining. Alberto Del Rio was making fun of Hornswoggle, saying he'll never get the piano. So, inadvertently, Hornswoggle sneaks a little payback. Hornswoggle did, but Alberto Del Rio got so frustrated he starts to beat the crap out of Hornswoggle, which was an entertaining promo. Which was kind of odd. I think I kind of saw that coming, that Alberto Del Rio was going to get nailed in the groin, but I wish Alberto Del Rio saw it coming. Kofi Kingston saves Del Rio, which is probably a build-off feud, so, which I'm going to be blown away by, hopefully. So, moving on after that, Alberto Del Rio cheap shots Kofi Kingston, and indeed this is how, you know, Kofi Kingston seeks his payback. So, everybody knows the name's Alberto Del Rio, and he pulls out the promo claiming that, you know, he's so close to fulfilling his destiny. So, moving on, we get the chocolate, which claiming he's going to explain what his #1 true love is. Which indeed, I can't wait to see who's it going to be. So, probably his true love, I thought it was going to be Rosa Mendez. Which I thought it was because they had some interaction. Which indeed, he found his #1 true love, which indeed is Destiny. And he says, oh, what Dusty loves is, well, I personally still enjoyed this. It was very good. It was very phenomenal. And he says Destiny loves Alberto Del Rio. So after all that whole shebang, Kofi Kingston comes out claiming that, oh, why'd you beat me? I cannot believe you beat me last week. So basically he says he wants to seek a little payback. And he claims that, oh, nobody knows the future. So he got tired of what Alberto Del Rio's mouth and his cheap shots and stuff like that. So Kofi Kingston gets frustrated, saying he's going to do something about it, which he's going to try to strike Del Rio, which Del Rio did not. Which Kofi Kingston eventually still winds up beating the crap out of Del Rio, which he did indeed, which was just very phenomenal. Kofi Kingston seeking payback, and then he winds up trashing the rest of his Destiny celebration, and Alberto Del Rio gets so frustrated. And Kofi Kingston got so mad, he throws out all the flowers and all the tables. He trashes trashes his whole party. He trashes the whole arena. It's just messy. They need to call the janitor and clean us up. Somebody call the janitor. Or somebody call the custodian and clean this up. Because this is just a mess. So, apparently he winds up gonna strike the Alberto Doritos picture. Which indeed got Alberto Del frustrated. So, moving on, we have the match. So moving on, we had the Del Rio Kingston match, which the Del Rio got so frustrated, he gets a huge upper hand in the beginning of the match. The match turns around with Kofi Kingston, trying to, turn the match around, which indeed he did. So this match was fairly quick paced. I think this match was quick paced. This match was actually fairly good. I mean, Alberto Del Rio looked very phenomenal in the match. This Harley 80 silent botches he nailed, which indeed he did. Oh! This is just phenomenal. He can execute moves very well, which indeed that's how he carried himself in the match. So, moving on with the momentum heating up, Kofi Kingston, gets an upper hand, gets a huge, surprising, phenomenal upper hand, and then he tries his boom drop, which indeed executed, in which he made an incredible build-up. I really like this match. This match played off very well, and then Kofi Kingston tries to crossbody, which indeed was just excellent. It's been phenomenal and hardly botched. So Booker T, I just think he was just an incredible commentator. I personally enjoyed him as commentator. He actually can really call a match, but he's an entertaining color commentator. But I can't believe he came back as Booker T instead of King Booker. I personally enjoyed King Booker when he goes, "All hail King Booker!" I used to tease my brother with this whole King Booker stuff. It was just incredible. Oh! So Alberto Del Rio winds up using the arm to get an upper hand for a submission hold, which indeed brought him to victory. Kofi Kingston was so close to pulling the rope, and this match was just very interesting. This was what got the match very interesting. When he did the rope, and it was like a lot of action. It's like watching an action movie, except you're watching two wrestlers fight, which indeed was incredible. The referee tried to swipe the arm off, which was just hilarious. Alberto Del Rio just wanted to punish Kofi furthermore for what he did to his trashing his Destiny celebration and his arm. So that's the payback we got indeed. Del Rio. I still say Dorito though. So moving on, we had Edge in an interview with Todd Grisham. So, Edge just said some random stuff that apparently he talks about how he's going to retain, but which he says he has no idea. And indeed, Vicky Guerrero, well, quite frankly, if you're a special referee, I think Vicky Guerrero is going to screw Edge out of victory, which obviously is going to happen. And, after this whole Aaron Rodgers promo celebration, we have a match. Vladimir Kozlov squares off against Justin Gabriel Vakor, which was a fairly good match. Vladimir Kozlov getting a huge upper hand. And apparently Justin Gabriel is such a great high flyer. He's been there for nearly 15, 16 years. He's 31 now, so he's been doing this since 16, 15. So, of course, he's going to be getting so used to it, and then he become so much of a phenomenon. Justin Gabriel, Vladimir Kozlov gets a huge surprisingly upper hand in the match. And, of course, Justin Gabriel is kind of small, but he's 6 foot tall, so... And she was just a phenomenon. So, Justin Gabriel, this match was very good. Vladimir Kozlov getting a huge upper hand until the end, when Justin Gabriel begins to turn the match around with his spin kicks. Wow, look how he can just execute very well. I don't think there's hardly any botches. So, apparently Vladimir Kozlov tries to counter into a headbutt suplex. This match was actually a very good match. Vladimir Kozlov just looked phenomenal in the ring. Santino Morel and Kozlov are just literally improving in the ring, and they just get even better, which is just such a phenomenon. So, I think that was a little botch. He was supposed to be thrown in a turnbuckle, but yeah, that was a silent botch right there. And then Justin Gabriel was able to turn around the match by himself, which I thought Ezekiel Jackson would get involved. But then he tries to do the elbow drop after Heath Slater winds up getting a Cobra. Like, what the heck was that? That was just a little silly. They're making Heath Slater look like a jobber, and this just looks silly. Oh! That just looks so botched, and then Vladimir Kozlov turns the match around. He tries the elbow drop, which indeed did backfire, and then Justin Gabriel, which indeed nails his 450 splash, which was just such a great, incredible match, and I personally did enjoy this match, which is not a piss break match, even though it was a filler match, but oh! 1, 2, 3. So after that, the Core tries to beat the crap out of both Santino and Kozlov, which indeed Ezekiel Jackson did nail out Kozlov after going back to ECW when they were the Ruthless Round Table with William Regal. And then Heath Slater, you know, and beats the crap out of Santino, which indeed did happen. So, after that brutal beatdown, we had this promo, which everybody thinks it's going to be The Undertaker coming back, because they play, like, I heard it was Johnny Cash's song, There Ain't No Grave, in which indeed probably is The Undertaker. I think they should have just announced The Undertaker returning, which is quite kind of obvious. And indeed it is The Undertaker. I have a definite feeling it is The Undertaker. But hopefully, if they are to have more comebacks, then hopefully they have more comebacks than just The Undertaker returning, because it would be kind of weak and it would be kind of predictable. So hopefully they have more than you know. So, moving on after that, we have Chris Masters and Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre pulls off an impressive promo, which I personally did kind of like, because it could build up a feud between him and Edge, and hopefully Drew McIntyre, if they have another world title match next week, hoping Drew McIntyre gets involved in the match, because Drew McIntyre does get involved in the match. That would just build up Dolph Ziggler as world champion. Drew McIntyre could seek payback. Hopefully the feud builds up. So this would be surprising. If Edge is to get eliminated in the Elimination Chamber, and then one of the heels winds up turning face, then that would be phenomenal. Alright, so apparently, moving on, we have Drew McIntyre going to start the match, but he decides to walk out the ring and decide to pull a promo of his own, which indeed could be a build-up. Drew McIntyre could get a big push to the main event. I think Drew McIntyre has more main event potential than Ziggler.
Edge is solely responsible for Kelly being fired last week.
So he claims that Edge is solely responsible, which hopefully they build up a feud. So he says he's going to give this match to Kelly, which indeed he did, which was just such a phenomenal match. Drew McIntyre just, oh, this is just incredible. This match looks less botched, and this is just another phenomenal match. It's just incredible. I mean, this is actually just very good. So this is just incredible, sky-high bomb, which indeed did happen. So Drew McIntyre tries to counter it. I mean, the flip, the master lock, they countered it to the future shock, which was just a good filler. It was a filler match, but this match was very entertaining and very interesting. So after that, Drew McIntyre gets the victory. And we'll see how this feud goes with Edge and McIntyre after the Ziggler-Edge feud ends. So after Edge's announcement that it's going to be a guest host next week, which indeed that's what we did got. So after a month ago, when Cody Rhodes got 619, and Cody Rhodes' nose probably broken. I thought blood was coming out, but he's trying to hold his nose together. So Josh Matthews pulled off an interview saying, "Oh, you say he has a broken nose and he's getting all dramatic."
Are you serious? I mean, why would I have anything to say to Cody Rhodes? I mean, it was just a broken nose, and I certainly didn't do it intentionally.
I personally thought it was hilarious. I mean, Cody Rhodes was just being hilariously dramatic with his broken nose, saying that, you know, he broke my nose, and now I can't stay dashing. But injuries are part of the match. But yeah, hopefully Cody Rhodes and Rey Mysterio are going to probably build off a feud. He's going to interfere in the chamber and knock out Rey Mysterio. And you know, that's how he's going to get involved again, just like he did last year when he screwed, when him and DiBiase screwed Randy Orton out of the title, eliminated DiBiase. Which DiBiase was just getting this huge surprising push, which was just very phenomenal and very impressive. So basically that's what he talked about. Rey Mysterio hope he gets well soon, which was really kind of a tease, indeed. So Wade Barrett pulls off pro, so he's going to be at the top beating Rey Mysterio. So Rey Mysterio's match, Wade Barrett put off, which is for the first time they squared off. And Wade Barrett has just been a phenomenal. Like, he's just been a great high potential wrestler, getting this huge build-up, incredible build-up in 2 main event title matches. But surprising that they're putting The Miz over, but The Miz having this great gimmick that's why he's getting a farther push. So I think Wade Barrett should have stayed on Raw and started the core there to feud with New Nexus. I'm gonna say that I think New Nexus needs to win because the core would just do excellent on their own. New Nexus is like Daniel Chang is probably gonna disappear. He's probably gonna stay, hopefully, because of Jennifer Hudson. If Jennifer Hudson's part of backstage politics, then which indeed I'm hoping that could happen. That way he could still be around. That way he won't get released during all their spring cleaning. After that, moving on, the Husky Harrison McGillicuddy may go back to FCW, which I heard Husky Harrison go back to FCW. That's why they wrote him out. I'm thinking Mason Ryan may get a good push. CM Punk, of course, is getting a push. Skip Sheffield, same thing. So, what a surprisingly attack on the... So Wade Barrett gets a huge upper hand. And Wade Barrett's just, doing phenomenal. Phenomenal upper hand. The upper hand is more quick. I think it was a quick upper hand and it'll move faster. Ziggler's upper hands are just way too slow, personally. But Wade Barrett is just moving on quicker. And then Rey Mysterio able to turn the match around. He turned the match more phenomenally. And this was just got the match more quick pace, and which indeed did happen. And then, oh my word, what a huge slam. Which was just actually did turn the match around and actually tore the house down. So with Rey Mysterio being main event status, he could put people over just like how Randy Orton was building up Kofi Kingston. When Kofi Kingston was getting this huge push for, I'm not going to get bullied around. So, which that's what indeed may happen. So Rey Mysterio, gets this huge push build up and gets a good control of the match. And Rey Mysterio just looked impressive against heavyweights, which indeed he was a phenomenon. He tries the 619, but surprisingly gets countered. But I think it made him look stronger that Wade Barrett was able to counter moves, and he was able to execute moves well on his own. But I don't think the core got involved as much. So indeed Wade Barrett did look solid on his own, which on someone's dream card said, he would have Wade Barrett win in the street fight to make him look strong on his own. The street fight with him and John Cena on SummerSlam, but now we got the 7-on-17 WWE versus Nexus. Nexus are like NWO and WCW, so this match is actually a heck of a phenomenon. Like, he tried the 619, he countered, and Wade Barrett nails his move, and so yeah, indeed we had Justin Gabriel get involved in the match. So one of the members of the court, and I thought it was Cody Rhodes. I actually thought it was Cody Rhodes for a second or two, but it turned out it wasn't Cody Rhodes, Dashing Cody Rhodes. If it was to be Dashing Cody Rhodes, then it would have been great if he struck him in the face and then interfered in the match. Say that you don't look dashing. The way Barrett nails his wasteland, which was just an incredible wasteland, which got up the 3 count. Bali, ding ding ding. So they finished beating up. They tried to beat up Rey Mysterio, but the Big Show came to save his life. But luckily enough, Ezekiel Jackson once again, his invincibility was able to help him take out the Big Show. So, see, that's Ezekiel Jackson right there. Almost like the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. I'm thinking Ezekiel Jackson, Mark Henry pull off a phenomenal match. Which, personally, from my opinion, Mark Henry and Ezekiel. I think he could take out Ezekiel Jackson, Mark Henry, just like how he took out Jackson Andrews. And I think that's why Jackson Andrews got, because of a severe back injury from Mark Henry, which indeed did happen. So, this was just phenomenal. Ezekiel Jackson tries a suplex on him, which indeed, finally, he did nail suplex. He's just like Brock Lesnar. I think he's the Black Brock Lesnar. I mean, if Ezekiel Jackson gets this huge build-up. So, the core has just been phenomenally solid. So, that's why I think the core could break up, because they could do very perfect on their own. And, like, New Nexus, they're just gonna half the people on the roster are gonna disappear. It's gonna serve no purpose. And New Nexus is just getting a great build-up. So that's what I'm thinking may happen personally. So the core once again looks stronger, taking out Big Show. And Ezekiel Jackson has just been a phenomenon. He's he just tore the house down, apparently. And then it's the Best of Raw 2010. So after that, we get a time killer match, which was a piss break match, which I wish I did took a piss break during the match, which JTG, you know, gets squashed after getting this huge upper hand, which indeed did happen. You know, Kane just getting this huge upper hand. He's been executing almost every move from clothesline all the way to the choke slam, which was just a time killer match. So apparently he gets the choke slam, and then 1, 2, 3 after beating Chavo Guerrero and JTG. I think Kane's gonna be a tweener now. Hopefully he's a tweener, because I don't think he should just be either a face or a heel. I think he should just be a tweener, which indeed should happen apparently. So Kane gets his win. So indeed Kane gets his win, which was just a time killer. That was a piss break match. So after that, we get a squeezing segment with Cool appearing in on-screen camera time, which just kind of drove me crazy. So apparently they say, oh, after My Divas title, which indeed after My Divas title, then Layla said, how about and then Michelle's like, oh, whatever. So I think they're gonna open up the feud with Michelle McCool and E-Torres. Layla winds up interfering, and they become friends again. You know, it's just they're doing another tease again, and then Layla walks off, saying, "Oh, thanks, Shell." Like, it wasn't worth it. And then Dolph Ziggler scolds at Layla, saying, "Oh, because Layla got paid, he claims that she's a loser." So, moving on, we have the match. So apparently we have the match with regarding of Lay Cool and E-Torres, which hopefully the feud with Michelle McCool and E-Torres does build, with Lay Cool being still around. So Layla gets a phenomenal upper hand in the match, and you know, after getting thrown in the ring, Layla just, ooh, that looked a little botched, but I think she executed it pretty even better. So, ooh, the whole head beat, and then so apparently, you know, oh, see, yeah, she actually did improve in the ring. She's been executing moves very well. She actually can sell them right. I mean, Eve Torres is also a phenomenal wrestler, jiu-jitsu background. I think Layla has a martial arts background, black belt. I don't know. So, I know she's been a dancer. But, yeah, I mean, Layla's, you know, with the upper hand in the match right now, you know, claiming that they are flawless with the long sleeve on the other end. And, you know, it just looks phenomenal. Torres tried the moonsault, and then the backflip, which they thought was going to get over the pin, but indeed was the upset victory. I thought Layla was going to nail her finishing move, the layout, or that flip she does off the turnbuckle. And then what the heck, an upset win, 1, 2, 3, which after the match, she looked at she looked at disappointment, which indeed did happen, and then they just stared at each other, which I think apparently was a waste of time. Like, they're not splitting. Like, that's all that happened. Oh well, it's not gonna happen. Late Cool is just gonna get the titles back, but now it's GM. Hopefully they get involved and say they can't hold the title. There's only one title holder, so if Layla does win, that she gets her shining moment. So that's what I'm thinking may happen. Then they can build off the feud there and just finish off Lay Cool there. I think it's time for them to, not time for them to end, but time for them to get repackaged into something else. So you're saying Lay Cool cannot get the title, but wow, can hold the titles. The Women of Winners. So after that piss break match with Layla and Eve, but the match was very well. I mean, Layla's been improving in the ring. You know, she hasn't been really botching as much, and she hardly botches unlike other divas. So the match starts off with Ziggler and Vicky getting involved in the match. Before the introduction, she takes the mic from the. So she says, "Excuse me!" This is the funniest catchphrase. I thought it was hilarious. Excuse me! I can't believe Vicky was the special referee in the match. It was just a phenomenal special referee match. I personally did enjoy it. It was just very bombed out. So the match did start off with Ziggler getting up her hand in the match, indeed, and Vicky tries to count fast, which indeed he did kick out the nick of time. And then Dolph Ziggler, you know, tries to sneak him down, take him down. This is almost like Matt Wrestling a little bit. which kind of did impress me a little bit, which was indeed. So Dolph Ziggler was able to turn the match around, and Vicky once again tries another fast count. He kicks out a D, tries sleeper hold. Edge was able to fight the sleeper hold. Can you imagine him fighting that sleeper hold? And then he tries to counter it, but no, he did not get the pin through. But which indeed did happen. So apparently soon after, Dolph Ziggler does get knocked out, and then Edge does get knocked off the D. Whoa, this was actually hilarious. Vicky lifts Dolph Ziggler's foot on the rope, which was classic. I thought it was hilarious how she just screws her out of the match, which was just, it was just classic. So, which indeed did happen. I forgot what happened after that. Oh yeah, they both get double clothesline. Oh, and then Vicky tries to set up for the spear. Like, this was actually quite odd and quite interesting at the same time, because Vicky tries to go for the spear. Definitely, it just backfires flat out. And then Vicky hurts her foot, which indeed did happen, but hopefully you get an instant replay of this. This was just actually funny. Vicky tries her spear, which was just, I actually couldn't stop laughing, because she tries to do an Edge spear, which indeed Edge just stood there. And then Vicky winds up hurting her foot. Like, what was that? This was just hilariously funny. And then Edge winds up executing his fifth claw. It's like, oh man, he executed. Vicky didn't even execute. And Vicky winds up crying, and a trainer comes out. He tries to nail a spear once. You know, fool me once, shame on you. No, it's like, nail the spear once, shame on you. Nail the spear twice, shame on both Dolph Ziggler and Vicky. And then Edge needs a referee. Clay Matthews comes out. And then Clay Matthews comes out and does the 3 count, which indeed got them the win. And Vicky was just screaming in frustration. And then that's what happened indeed. So next week is the 600th episode of Smackdown. 900 episodes of NXT Raw. Now there's 600 episodes of Smackdown. Yo, I can't wait for the 600th episode of Friday Night Smackdown. It's gonna blow my mind and blow my brains out. It's gonna compete with the All-Star Celebrity Game, if you feel what I'm saying, because this is just gonna be an incredible night. But what an incredible night for Clay Matthews to come in and then just help Edge get the 3 count for victory. And he nailed the spear. He could have nailed the kill switch. He could have nailed something else, but Edge doing these annoying loopholes is just getting kind of ridiculous. So hopefully next week Drew McIntyre screws him out of the title. So SmackDown 600, which is next week, I'm so excited about. I'm going to be indeed watching. So this is my SmackDown review. This is the Ren Dog Extreme, and I am taking you to the extreme.